All right. MTV Year in Review 1995. This is something that I've been mulling around a lot for the channel here. If you like this content, make sure that you like and subscribe, by the way. But essentially what we're going to do is do a fact or fiction, 7 different statements about things that happened on MTV, about MTV for the year of 1995. I kind of want to cover the whole 90s and even into the 2000s because that was really MTV's heyday, essentially. Mm-hmm. So we're starting with 1995 because some pretty big shows debuted in 1995. I'm assuming, okay, I didn't even check with the guys to see if they were watching MTV at the time. I'm assuming Land did.
95?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Frank?
Yeah, the MTV was life
right.
in the 90s.
Just checking. All right, so here we go then. First one, fact or fiction? Singled Out was MTV's highest rated show in 1995. Lan.
Fact.
Frank.
Man, there's a lot of shows that around that time. I'll go fact. I don't want to, but I'll go.
No, it is fiction. Singled Out debuted in 1995 and became a massive pop culture hit, but it was not the top-rated MTV show. The two at the top basically were The Real World and Beavis and Butthead. They still led in viewership. However, it did have a wild crossover moment for Singled Out. Do you guys remember the name Michael Bauer?
Michael Bauer?
From 24?
Oh,
No.
Buttnick.
No,
I mean, not Buttnick.
No, Donkey Lips from Salute
Donkey
Your
Lips.
Shorts. He appeared as a contestant, though this went mostly unnoticed at the time. Next up, fact or fiction, MTV launched a reality show in 1995 where fans competed to win their favorite band's tour bus. Frank.
God, it sounds like something they would do, but I'm gonna go fact. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna go fact.
Land.
That sounds MTV-ish. Fact.
No, I'm sorry. That is fiction. While MTV ran plenty of fan-focused contests in the 90s, there was no show in 1995 where viewers won a tour bus. The network did run band-related contests, like letting fans appear in music videos or visit sets. And the following year, 1996, there was a big Metallica contest that we're going to cover in the 1996 year in review. And this one I remember vividly because it was essentially, they had it narrowed down to a top 3 contestants. Essentially each person is going to win just a boatload of Metallica stuff, like it's a semi-truck that showed up to their house. But one of those had Metallica actually in it, and they got to meet the band.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And
I remember seeing the thing after.
And another story that we'll cover was the Van Halen contest that was run in the 80s.
Ooh.
If you've ever looked into this one, there's a reason why winners don't really get to hang out anymore. Because the guy that won this contest went on a bender with Van Halen for like 24 straight hours, dude. Like, it had to have been the greatest contest ever. But yeah, we'll cover that one later on down the road. Fact or fiction, Scream by Michael and Janet Jackson became the most expensive music video ever made. Lan.
Fiction.
Frank.
I think at the time it was fact.
Frank gets the point. That is a fact. With a production cost of $7 million, Scream set a Guinness World Record as the most expensive music video of all time. It premiered on MTV in 1995 and remains one of the most iconic and visually futuristic videos of the decade. Now, I found they did a year-end countdown of the top music videos from 1995, and I've isolated out a few here. And I'm just going to do these kind of rapid fire. But if you guys have a comment or if you remember the music video, let me know. Number 98 was Joan Osborne, One of Us.
I remember that one.
Mm.
Number 66, Snoop Dogg, Murder Was the Case.
Yeah.
Number 50, Bone Thugs and Harmony. First of the month. Number 40, Presidents of the United States of America, Lump. Number 37, Shaggy. What song?
With me.
No?
It's Boombastic.
There you go, Mr. Boombastic. All right, next one.
How has that guy not been called out?
Number 32, U2. Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me.
Ooh. For
the Batman soundtrack. Loved that song. All right, number 31 was Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. I like that. I nailed it. Next up, number 30 was White Zombie, More Human Than Human. I remember that was sort of my introduction to White Zombie at the time. Number 27, TLC, Red Light Special. Number 21, Notorious B.I.G., Big Papa. Which, by the way, I found some old footage of a 1995 spring break. Remember Eric Nies? He was on The Real World and became a VJ.
Yep.
It was during spring break. He goes, and now to perform again, the Notorious Big.
Yeah. I think they interviewed him about that, and he's like, he looks at it now and is embarrassed by it, but he didn't know at the time.
It happens. All right, number 20 was the Smashing Pumpkins, Bullet with Butterfly Wings. Number 17, Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, Scream. Number 15, Seal.
Kiss from a Rose.
Yep.
From a Rose, yeah.
Number 14, One Hit Wonder. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. There you go, Skilo. Number 13 was Hootie and the Blowfish, Let Her Cry. Number 12 was TLC, Creep. Number 11, Blues Traveler, Run Around. Number 10, Boys to Men, Water Runs Dry. Number 9, Weezer, Buddy Holly. Number 8, Mariah Carey, Fantasy. Number 7, Dr. Dre. What song do you think he had that was number 7 in 1995 on MTV's Most Watched Videos?
That Chronic?
No. Keep Their Heads Ringing.
I was thinking of the soundtrack.
Dong.
Yep.
Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-dong. Number 6, Alanis Morissette, You Ought to Know. Number 5, Hootie and the Blowfish, Only Want to Be With You. Number 4, Green Day, When I Come Around. Number 3, Live, Lightning Crashes. Number 2, TLC, Waterfalls. And number 1, what do you think of the number 1 music video on MTV was in 1995?
Oh.
It's a hip-hop
I
song
have no clue.
that was on a soundtrack.
On a soundtrack, hip hop.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Coolio.
There you go.
Yeah,
there it is. Ayo! Gangsta's Paradise was number 1. All right, this is a smooth transition into the next one. Fact or fiction, MTV originally refused to air TLC's Waterfalls music video because of its message. Frank.
Fiction out of some of the other stuff they allowed?
Land.
Yeah, fiction. That doesn't sound right.
Yep. That is fiction. Not only did MTV not ban TLC's Waterfalls, they heavily promoted it. The video tackled issues like HIV and drug use, but MTV supported its social message and even gave it heavy rotation, helping it win Video of the Year at the 1995 VMAs.
Yeah, that song was everywhere.
I mean, it's where I learned to just stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to.
Yeah.
Next up, number 5. Fact or fiction? MTV News aired segments in 1995 teaching viewers how to use the internet. Lan.
Sure, fact.
Frank.
That sounds fact, but I also want to say Kurt Loder is now 80. If that doesn't make you feel weird.
All right, so you're both going fact?
Yep.
Yeah, as the internet started creeping into mainstream culture, MTV News began running segments explaining the basics from email to AOL chat rooms. It was a part of a broader effort to blend music, pop culture, and tech for the wired youth of the mid-90s. The segment was hosted by
Kurt Loder,
Kurt Loder.
Steve Jobs.
who is 55 years old.
And it featured interviews with personalities like Coolio, Ozzy Osbourne, and Dave Matthews, getting their thoughts on the information superhighway.
So glad I need to know what guys in a rock band have to say about the internet.
Well, remember what it used to sound like when we would log into the internet?
Yeah.
That's a Dave Matthews song.
Ah, all of them?
Basically, yes. It's exactly what Dave Matthews sounds like. I don't hate the guy. I think it's perfectly fine. I just don't get the weird, like, cult appeal with the band. And I got drugged to a lot of Dave Matthews shows, by the way. And like he's sitting there and he's mumbling up on the mic where he's talking about like, and like you can't understand him. And all these people are like laughing. And I'm like, you can't fucking understand him. And everybody that was with me, they're like, yeah, that's what makes it great. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like everybody's stoned. This is the only reason people like Fish and the Grateful Dead. Drugs. Next up. I came off really angry right there.
Like been gay here.
I know. Next up, Fact or Fiction. Headbangers Ball was canceled in 1995 without warning its host. Frank.
That was the Riki guy, right?
Riki Rachtman.
Whatever. Rachtman, yeah. I'm going to go fact.
Land.
Fact.
Yeah, you both get the point. After an 8-year run, Headbangers Ball was abruptly canceled in early 1995, and host Riki Rachtman wasn't even told beforehand. He found out through a third party. The move marked a shift in MTV's focus away from niche genres toward broader pop appeal. Another big show that also came to an end in 1995, and I'm actually a little upset that I forgot to get a picture of this one. Yo MTV Raps.
See, and that's probably when MTV started dying, when you didn't have like the niche shows anymore, and it just all became one conglomerate of stuff. I think that's where it really started, because you had the individual shows and then the little cut-ins for the cartoons and stuff. That was great for it.
Yeah, and they got rid of 3 of the well, I guess 4 if you count what's his name, Riki Rachtman, but 4 of like the greatest like show hosts they ever had.
Ed Lover, dude.
With Ed Lover,
Dr.
Dre, and Fab Five Freddy.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's like, tune in next week as 3 cranky old men complain about 90s MTV being the death of music.
90s.
Let me tell you what
sucks.
Then if you wanted, good hip hop show, then you went to BET.
Ah, yes.
And then that's when you had like Big Tig and 106 and Park and all that.
See, this is the Blaine's Alley. This is what we're talking about right now, man. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Land talking hip hop, and we'll get him started on shoes here momentarily too.
Or
Christina Ricci's small nipples.
Or that too. All right, here we go. Final one. Fact or fiction? The original cast of Road Rules thought they were filming a scripted travel show. Land.
Fiction.
Frank.
I'm gonna go fact.
Frank gets the point. That is a fact. When Road Rules premiered in July of 1995, it was only MTV's second attempt at reality TV after The Real World. The cast signed on thinking it would be a travel documentary or semi-scripted adventure series, not a full reality competition. MTV purposely kept the format vague to get more authentic reactions, which paid off when tensions flared in their cramped Winnebago with no money, privacy, or clue what was coming next. Did you guys watch season 1 of Road Rules?
Yeah.
No.
So the things that I remember is you had, and I'm sorry for the blurry photo, it's a mid-90s show, so it's hard to get something that's high res. But you had Mark and Kit, they hooked up despite having significant others. Like they even admitted it. Like it was that I always found that super weird. They end up naked together on the final episode. Cool. She ended up doing a show on ESPN called Cold Pizza.
Cold Pizza.
Oh, I remember that show.
Yeah.
She hooked up with the mayor of Nogales, Arizona, because they were supposed to do something over on the border in Nogales, Arizona, and like she disappeared for the night, and then she came back and she like refused to talk about it, and it was like, "Oh, you hooked up." Like she got that, she got that Nogales D, and then
weird flex,
and then Los and I can't remember her name for the life of me. Let me know in the comments. He tried to kiss her one night, and it got weird.
Yep.
And he was like
almost kicked off the show.
He was almost kind of the outcast. And there was at one point they were like sleeping in the snow in a tent, and the two of them were like, this tent is literally sliding down the hill. So they went and dug their own little trench for a tent and stuff. I remember all this weird crap from back then. Remember, throw out your rules. These are the road rules.